Scattered epistles and the great connection one, the sun. The invoices and pelicoins, it is morning here by the sea. The sun has already hidden behind a cloud. It does not want to see me anymore. It would rather light up the back of the big grey-blue cloud above my head. The sun understands everything that we humans do not understand. It knows a lot about us. It sees everything from its crystal clear point of view. I huddle together in my little hideaway. Here it is tidy in the smallest corner. No one has seen everything I have thrown away lately. Not even the sun. It does not reach into my nooks and crannies in my innermost recesses. It does not see all the dirt and clutter I have collected. What about the signatures on all the old invoices that I shredded some time ago? The sun did not care. Only the angry, sneaky creditors did, and then saw myself, while I struggled with the payment. Finally signed and put the invoices neatly back in the folder for paid bills. There they lay for 15 years. The sun did its job all these years, rising above the eastern sky, letting its power radiate through the heat of the day before sinking, and exhausted, it sank into the sea before the starry sky exploded. The sun sees a lot, but not everything. Can it read my memory? Oh no. Only God can. Or, who noticed the fragrant raisin buns I devoured at Dagmar's coffee shop on the corner of Lukemannsgate and Brabystradet back then? It's been a few years. But time is not the issue here, is it? No one saw how I munched on them, savoring the taste, savoring the fullness and sweetness of the strawberry jam. And then, as part of the enjoyment, washed down the glory with the sip of coffee. With chronic diabetes in my system, the wheat buns worked as expected. They went straight into the blood like a drug shot of glucose. No preferred intoxication. As expected, the shot caused unparalleled physical and mental misery. Okay, well known. Yes, it was. It was this cafe visit among many that no one knew about. No one knew about my pain. No one cared about it. Naturally enough, I walked further down Nyrestensbakken and finally came down to Caramel Kvartale by the pier. The sugar had partly left the circulation in my body, but the after effects were felt. I sat down on the edge of the pier. I looked out at the sound between the loose, curvy rocks. Good for my eyes. The memory of round women's buttocks in all formats. After barely 10 minutes, the boat arrived. The same tired bow. The same chubby hull. But the contents, the day's supplies, would become history. Who knew? Mrs. Albertson on Outer Lunod knew the answer. How could she, this strange lady, know anything at all? Conrad, the one with the green bicycle, smiled like never before. I think he was disgusting, but I had a taste for Mrs. Albertson in a distant, measured way. I didn't like her psychic stuff, healing and the like. But she had intuition about a lot of interesting things. Not some space or lots of complicated blurry stuff. She was in a way sober in her airy world. I should have gotten into her world. She probably had a thing or two to teach. What happened to the boat that arrived? Did it do anything at all? No one to see on deck, just quietly like a programmed toy boat. It had slowly crept to the edge of the pier. Finally, Attorney Reuter arrived, the one who got involved in all the non-matters from east to west. He had naturally heard about the boat and knew a lot about what was going on behind the scenes. I got up and walked slowly in the direction of the boat. Attorney Reuter had reached the edge of the pier and reached out onto the deck. My contact with Attorney Reuter dates back some time. He had helped me out of a nasty debt collection case, where the debt collection agency had slapped me with astronomical penalties and mora and para interest that were not like the pig. Reuter had written the invoice himself with a fork. But I came out of it somewhat better after all. Now he came up from the skipper's stewer, pale and stressed, horrified. Before he went up to his Tesla and muttered, "It must have been a murder." I took the deck myself, went down to the cabin and found Bergmüller himself dead and badly bruised. But how? How could the boat arrive at the pier with such a controlled maneuver? This is completely incomprehensible. No other people were to be seen, either below or above deck. The next day I read in the local newspaper that the police had sealed off the area and that the Kripos had combed the place. Could lawyer Reuter have had a hand in the game behind it? What were my own interests? Why had I gone down to the pier to see the boat arrive? Yes, I knew Bergmüller well from a surveying job for the company Visma Consults. Bergmüller was a likable guy with a good mood and a lot of self-irony. He was used to the sea, had supposedly sailed around the world 3 times. Whether that was true has not been confirmed. But in any case, this was a guy with a great deal of experience. He had been assigned to sail an unknown number of pelicoins from French Normandy to Mandal. Pelicoins were the new gold, a brand new currency base.